When Viking Air decided to resume production of the Twin Otter a few years ago, it took the company almost a year to build its first airplane. Hello everyone, this is Russ Niles reporting for AvWeb from Viking's headquarters in Victoria, British Columbia, a beautiful tourism destination on Canada's west coast that is about as far removed from the mainstream of aircraft manufacturing as any place could be. Well, the resurrection of the Twin Otter has proven a resounding success, with more than 70 aircraft sold so far. To cope with that success, Viking lured Wichita native and longtime aircraft production executive Dan Tharp north. His goal? To roll out a new Twin Otter every 11 working days.
Russ, this is our Victoria manufacturing facility here. And when I arrived here 8 months ago, we were building an aircraft here about every 2 months. Okay? Within a very short period of time, we will be producing an aircraft here every 11 days. Now, when I arrived, I quickly observed that our final assembly centers were struggling with the lack of material and parts that they needed to maintain a steady rate in the facility. So we launched our support groups and our continuous improvement people into our back shops and our supply base to rationalize the load and the demand on those work centers and our suppliers to understand how we get this material in here to feed our final assembly centers. Today, we're producing an airplane every 18 days. Okay? We'll quickly move to a 15-day rate, and by the end of the year, we'll be on top of an 11-day rate, producing a finished Twin Otter every 11 days in this factory. It's demand-driven. We've seen a huge amount of interest in this Twin Otter program. Okay? Right now, we currently are experiencing about a 4-year backlog. So a Twin Otter starts right here in this factory. We build all the wings for the Twin Otter here, we build the cockpit for the Twin Otter here, and much of the fuselage along with all the sub-assemblies that go into the Twin Otter. Our supply base, okay, manufactures the empennage, most of the fuselage assemblies that are delivered to Calgary. We deliver these products from this plant, as well as the supply base provided parts to our Calgary final assembly plant. That's where we make the fuselage to the wing, install the systems, all the black boxes, and that's where we fly our aircraft for the first time.
After paint and the initial test flights, the aircraft comes back to Victoria for interior and optional equipment installation. Flight Operations Manager Hank Louse oversees the handoff from factory to customer.
Directly behind me, you'll see aircraft number 860. It belongs to the Russians. Presently, the aircraft completion team is completing the interior and the rest of the aircraft that was transferred over from Calgary. This aircraft is number 16 in our line of aircraft thus far. These folks are going to put in about 440 hours of work. They're also going to do about another 100 hours of moving the aircraft around, the final test flight, and compass wings to get the aircraft to the customer configuration they want. We have about 3 days of interior panels to put into the cockpit. So all the interior soft panels, the Kydex panels will go into the cockpit. The avionics suite will be tested. They'll be loading up the proper software, the navigation software, anything customer might have ordered. This includes flight following navigation software. They'll look at the GPS. They'll test all these pieces of equipment for the last time. And we drop the cowls to make sure there's no leaks. Everything looks right with the aircraft and the engines. And then we'll just close it all up. It's just one of our nice final checks to make sure the customer is very satisfied with what he gets out of Viking.